So most people think that banks are only here to serve the wealthy, but federal regulation requires them to reinvest in underserved communities. So I want to go over some of the products and programs available from Bank of America that are designed to close the wealth gap and how they work. So the focus area for these products and services is going to be affordable housing, small business lending, access to credit and banking, and financial education, because these are the fundamental pillars that actually create wealth in any given community. So the number one set of products we're going to be going over is actually going to be affordable and low down payment home ownership programs that Bank of America offers. So we're talking about down payment grant programs up to $10,000 plus in down payment or closing cost assistance. It's market dependent, so it does have to be in a region that is low to moderate income. No mortgage insurance options, flexible credit evaluation. So what that basically means is they're willing to take alternative data that isn't always factored into your primary credit score, like rent and utilities. The next thing is going to be first-time home buyer support. So education and consulting is baked into their home buying programs if you tap into it. And the reason for this is simple. We know that home ownership is one of the number one ways to build wealth in America. And so these tools are designed to help first-time home buyers or first generation home buyers get the tools and resources they need to get into home ownership and take advantage of that American dream. The next thing is going to be actually making the community have more affordable loan solutions when it comes to home loans. So we're talking about increased mortgage access for borrowers traditionally locked out, which is many of us. So we're looking at key features like 0% down payment, no closing costs, and no minimum credit scores in some cases. This is designed, again, for low to moderate income areas. So the impact is simple. It's designed specifically to address credit invisibility, student loan heavy borrowers. We know that that's common right now, and renters with strong payment history that may not have any other normal conventional metrics of credit. The next area is going to be small business lending, underserved communities in particular. Bank of America has microloans and SBA-backed loans. Minority and women-owned businesses also have specific focus with Bank of America when it comes to business lending. And community development financial institution partnerships, so CDFIs. I talk about that a lot on this channel, and I will be talking about it more. These are institutions that are designed to reach underserved communities in ways that traditional banks can't, and often funded heavily by traditional banks in themselves. So they are phenomenal institutions as well, and I'll be covering more of that. Let me know in the description section if you want me to dive deeper on CDFIs that may be available in your region that can help you with business lending that normally banks won't be able to support you in, or in ways banks normally can't support you. So it reduces the barrier, basically. Startup capital, expansion funding, and equipment financing are all under the banner of business lending when it comes to reinvesting back in underserved communities for Bank of America. So this closes the wealth gap for obvious reasons. Business owners bring in a different kind of income. They have different tax treatment, and they are creating an asset in their business that will not only sustain them in their lifetime, it can be passed down by generations. So this is crucial. The next is going to be safe and low-cost banking access. I talk about this a lot on the channel. The number one pillar or foundation to the wealth gap, or at least the two-part in my personal perspective, is knowledge and relationships. Both of these are solved at your bank, believe it or not. And that's why the banking system was locked out for so many of us for so long, because it was well understood. If we're looking to keep a certain group of people down or different groups of people down, then we have to cut off their access to the resources that are needed to develop wealth. And the bank is where it is. So this is talking about no overdraft fees, low monthly costs for maintenance fees on accounts, and designed for underbanked and unbanked clients. And this includes second chance checking accounts as well. Bank of America has these different financial resources and tools. So again, they're looking to limit or completely cut out overdrafts, reduce or at least cut the demand down on maintenance fees on the accounts, and then provide different products and services within the banking sphere to serve unbanked and underbanked individuals and communities. So the impact component of this is going to be keeps money inside of the banking system and helps customers build long-term financial stability, because the alternative, check cashing and other alternative long short style financial institutions and companies that take advantage of the fact that certain individuals and certain portions of communities are unable to go to traditional bank and get access to these tools and resources at reasonable costs. So we're looking to try to cut back on that. Financial education and wealth building initiatives. This is huge. I am a huge proponent of this because having access to these resources is irrelevant if you don't know how to use these resources. So Bank of America makes investments in free educational programs. They have financial workshops, community workshops, and they partner with nonprofits and schools. And the topics that they like to cover are credit building, budgeting, homeownership preparation, and entrepreneurship. So these things are actually covered for free by Bank of America. And in the big picture, this legislation is designed to attack the entire ecosystem. So we're not just talking about the clients themselves. The legislation is looking to have banks target not only clients, their families, but the broader community as a whole. And that's why there's a multi-pronged attack: home ownership, financial education, business lending. If you put all these things in play, you're uplifting, educating, and equipping the entire community to push itself up. The more people are educated, the more resources and access to banks and resources and financial products that the community has, the more people that own homes in the community, the more small businesses that are successful in the community. This is one of those tides that lifts all boats. So this is the focus point of the legislation that Bank of America is looking to basically serve or looking to comply with. So this is going to be a big attention focus on first-time home buyers, renters stuck in the credit trap, minority entrepreneurs, and underbanked individuals. These are going to be the 4 different groups or segments that are going to be benefited the most. Let me know in the comment section down below if you feel as if you fit any one of those 4 categories or segments. Let me know down below. So what I basically have to say from this point is, let me know which one of these programs, or let me know which one of these features or benefits you are unaware of that you can see yourself taking advantage of. Also, let me know if you've already taken advantage of similar programs from different financial institutions in the comment section down below, and expand on it a little bit so we can kind of take this knowledge and build it out for others to take advantage of. There's a huge deficit between those of us that are well off in the financial system and those of us that are underserved in the financial system when it comes to banks. And legislation has finally been put into place over the years to force banks and encourage banks to close this gap. And banks have now learned recently that they actually can increase their market share and their bottom line by including more marginalized communities. So comment down below and let me know what you think about this overall program, or what you think about the legislation itself that's incentivizing banks and encouraging banks to make these tools and resources available. Comment down below. So all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. I want you to like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel so the channel can continue to support you. Get in the description section down below and time with me on Instagram, and now at this point, TikTok. And other than that, I want each and every one of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.